Hi everyone, it's Kim from Affordably Crafty. Happy Vlogmas! So today, this is my filming of day 17. I am running a couple days behind, but I'm trying to get some filming done tonight. I am going to be doing a very simple crochet beading garland that I think is going to be a great use of some novelty yarn. And I went into my beading stash and got some really colorful stuff that I forgot that I owned. So, if you're new here, welcome. My channel is all about teaching you how to stretch your craft dollar and be affordably crafty. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, follow me on Instagram and join my Facebook group, where I post about all my steals, deals, and freebies I find in my travels in the crafting world. So, today I'm going to be using this novelty yarn that I got, and I still see to this day, at Dollar Tree. This is a Crafter's Square yarn. It is I have the white. It's not faux fur. It's much stiffer. But it has like a little bit of a shimmer to it. Kind of reminds me of snow. And it's called Sparkle Yarn. It's 100% polyester. It is 85 grams, 133 meters, 3 ounce, 145 yards. And that's all the information on this. I'll link down below my wraps per inch video that will help you figure out yarns that are missing lots of information. What you can do to figure out your hook or needle size. I don't know what that is there. Okay, so I'm going to take this novelty yarn. Now you can use whatever size yarn your beads fit. It's really endless. I just chose white because I think it'll look great. And then I'm going to be using a 5.5 millimeter hook on this. This is one of my Chiagoo hooks. And then I went into my beading stash and I found this bad boy. Hello. Paging Cinnamon Stitches Neonville. This I got at the recycling place for $3. This is from a Rhode Island company called the Beadery. The Beadery. A lot of their kits and stuff end up at this recycling place. But I'm going to be using some of these in this project. And again, you can use any beads you want. Any beads that would fit your yarn. So we're going to talk about tips and tricks with using simple beading techniques on yarn. And I'm going to show you how to make a simple garland that you can also use for multiple things. So, let me turn this down towards my work surface and I'll be back in a momento. Okay, everyone. So I have my sparkly yarn and my beads. And you can do these in any color that you would like. I'm going to open mine up. And I'm going to be doing, I think for this one, I'm going to be doing some rainbow stuff. Okay, so the first thing you need to do when you have your yarn is, for the love of Pete, check and make sure that your beads fit before you start getting all these ideas and planning and wada. I got some pearl beads one time at Dollar Tree that I couldn't wait to use to make something. And I did a lot of planning. And then I went to go put the beads on the yarn I was set on using, and it didn't freaking fit. Or it was just like super tight. You don't want it to be like constricting the yarn, because it's not going to lay pretty. It's not going to look pretty in your project. It's not going to lay the way you want. So there's two different ways that you can do beading on yarn. One is to preload your beads. The other is to bead as you go. I much prefer the preloaded method. So what I'm going to be doing here is some rainbows. So you're just basically going to load these on. Now, if you are doing a large project, you're obviously not going to load on all your beads at the start if this is going to be like multiple skeins. So I like how these are not as big as regular pony beads, just for a size comparison. This is a regular pony bead, and this is the ones they had in the box. So they're a bit smaller, daintier. You see where I'm going with the rainbow here. Pony beads are a good go-to. I don't generally like to spend the amount of money that goes into check glass for anything unless it's heirloom quality. I just don't think it's worth the cash and the outlay. It's not like you're doing bead embroidery where the size of your beads matters in your finished product. They don't have to be all exactly uniform is what I'm saying by saying that. Blue. Unlike other types of things. What am I doing? This one. Picking out my beads. Who's excited by this this bead box I got here? Let's do some other stuff with this stuff. I forgot I had this one. It was in a separate drawer. Not my beading drawer. It was in kind of a miscellaneous drawer. And I was like, oh, I forgot I own that. Woohoo! All right. So I have my rainbow beads on here. And I am going to keep loading these up just in this order while I talk about some other stuff. I have, if you would like to check out a beaded pattern that's very beginner friendly, I have a Spring Pearls beaded bag on Ravelry. I will link that down below. And it is using a 4-weight yarn. So I used Karen Party yarn, which is very similar to this, but not in this colorway. It's a purple. And pearls that I got at Dollar Tree. So the price was very, very budget friendly. So I will link that down below. And that's the first time that I ever created a beaded pattern. And I really, really loved it. I really like how that pattern came out. Super cute for Easter, spring celebrations, or even for like a flower girl. Or maybe even a bridesmaid, depending on the color you make it. You could make it in white, and it would be beautiful for a bride. But anyways, that's me tooting my own horn. But beading really does have a lot of applications in crochet. It can kind of bring somewhat of an elegance, depending on your beading choices. And actually, red, orange, green, blue. Probably should have pre-sorted these beads. It's okay. We'll get there. Ooh. I had some questions on a recent live about beaded crochet. So this is just basically the basics of that. Now, if this gets persnickety and doesn't want to go on, what you're going to do... Let me zoom in a little bit here. It doesn't want to go on. What you're going to do, you're just going to twist the piece at the end. And that'll make it be very easy to go on. If the splitting gets really ridiculous, you can always just snip a little piece off the end, but I try not to do that as much as possible. Every snip is lost yardage. Wasted money, oh no. Not here on Affordably Crafty. What are we going to do? LOL, 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 folks, right? Oh, I love how these beads are semi-transparent. Okay, I am going to keep loading up these beads, and I will be back momentarily, and I will see you shortly. Okay, so you can choose any number of beads you want to load onto your fiber. I loaded 112. So I did a chain of 224. So it's basically, I don't like to put a bead in every stitch. My preference is to put a bead in every other stitch, and you'll see why. I don't like the beads to be all crammed on the stitches. I feel like it loses its beauty, for lack of a better term. And so I just did a chain, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to chain one, and I'm going to single crochet all the way back down my chain. And then I'll be back with you in a few minutes. Okay, so I have reached the end of my chain. And this just looks like snow or something. It's really pretty. now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 1. Actually, you know what? I got to set my camera up on the stand. Give me 1 second. Hey, funny quick story. So I just set my camera up on the stand like I said I was going to, and then I forgot to hit record. Burp. Vlogmas fail. Let me back up and redo everything I just said. Be back in a minute. Okay, so when you get to the end of your single crochet stitches, you're going to chain 2 and turn your work. And for this row, we're going to be working half double crochets. And the repeat is going to be no bead, bead, no bead, bead, no bead, bead, all the way down your project now. So I have done a no bead, and I'm going to show you how I do a bead. I just showed this to you a couple minutes ago, but I forgot to hit record. Wah, wah. So you're going to bring the bead up. I kind of hold it steady with this finger here, just so it doesn't slide back. And make sure that when you go through and pull up a loop, that the loop is on your hook side of your hook. That's what attaches this. So here we go. There's that blue bead. I am going to do that again for you guys. I like to have that space between the beads because it gives the yarn and the beads an equal opportunity to shine. Personally. Oh, didn't hold it down. There we go. And you just have to keep moving it up the chain. So as you can see, it's not like super 100% in the same place every time, but that's okay. These are not super expensive check beads that are all the same size. This is novelty yarn. I'm sure if I used a standardized, like, regular acrylic yarn, that would not be happening. I'll tell you right now. Okay. Now we're putting a bead on. Go through, pull up a loop, go through, pull up a loop, go through all 3. So this is what we're starting to look like. Has anybody used this crafter square yarn before? And I use the word yarn loosely here. Or done beaded crochet. Please let me know in the comments down below if you have and what you've made. Love to hear about it. So I'm going to keep on trucking on this beading, and I'll be back when I'm right near the end of this row. Okay, see ya. Okay, so here is my beautiful beaded garland. I really love how this looks with these semi-translucent beads against this shimmery white background. I'm thinking I'm going to want to do another of these in maybe just the blue colors, maybe blues and purples. Be a little bit wintry. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. So you're just going to fasten off after your last bead. And you're going to be done with this. You can make this as long or as short as you like. Now, some ideas to use this for. You could literally use this as garland on a tree, like a Christmas tree. You could use this as garland in another holiday tree, because the trend right now is to use a white tree and then decorate it each season. You could take this and wrap it around a styrofoam ball and make an ornament. You could make jewelry out of this. You could make trim out of this. There's really lots of endless possibilities. And I may do another beading tips and tricks on a regular kind of yarn, but I just really wanted to see how this would come out, and it looks amazing. I mean, who doesn't love that? What do you guys think? Rainbow beautifulness. So this is what I did today on Vlogmas. I hope you guys have a creative day. Please like, share, and subscribe so your friends can be affordably crafty too. Bye-bye.